Hi, my name is Nick Shell and I'm with Family Friendly Daddy Blog. Ignore the sirens, that's not like crime. I actually work in one of the nicest parts of Nashville and the best part of the county. That's an ambulance. Don't worry about that though. It's a healthy place, so just routine stuff. All right, ignore the siren. I'm trying to myself actually. You're watching this video because you are considering moving your family to Nashville, Tennessee. And that's a popular thing to do. When I moved here 11 years ago, I was 24 years old and single. Now here I am a decade later, married and have 2 kids. So when I moved here, it was a younger town. It was not as populated as it is now. It's grown dramatically in a dozen years. But something that definitely matters if you have a family and you're moving here is what county you move to. So Williamson County, you heard it first from me, Williamson County. If you're gonna live in the Nashville area and you have a family, you gotta move to Williamson County. It takes up a good amount of the county, but see there's Davidson and then there's Williamson. So do that with me, Williamson, Davidson. Now why do I say that? Because if you're moving your family here, you wanna make sure that your kids go to a decent school. And I may be criticized dramatically in the comment section from other people from Nashville who say this, but for me it's common knowledge that if you want to go to a good school, you have to be on the Williamson County line because they have much better schools in every way, whereas the Davidson doesn't. And everyone who lives here and has kids knows that. The reason I'm so passionate or confident on the subject is because when my wife and I got married 8 years ago, we moved to a townhouse in Davidson County. And by the time our son was getting closer to kindergarten age, we looked at the schools in that area and we realized, after seeing these reviews and see what's going on, we're not gonna have our kid at that school. So we ended up moving outside of Nashville, but still in Williamson County. So we could go to, and the school is amazing. It's such a good school. Proud to have him go into that school. But again, it's in Williamson County. And I hate to sound so honest or direct about this, but I think you're watching this video, you appreciate the truth, right? Ultimately, Williamson County is a very wealthy county. So obviously the schools have more money in them. And then Davidson County doesn't have money. I mean, we're talking, and it's not like it's like, it's a major jump in income. So obviously those tax dollars in part go to the school. So I'm just telling you, if you're thinking about moving here, you need to base your decision on what county the house is in. Williamson County is what you're looking for. I'd say the part of Nashville itself doesn't even matter, because like I don't actually live in the Nashville city limits anymore. I live in a suburb, but it's still in the right county. That's the one thing you really need to worry about right now if you're planning to move here or even thinking about it. Find a home in Williamson County. If you don't do this, you will regret it, unless you're able to afford to put your child in a private school, and that takes care of the problem. But that puts you in a situation, either way, finances has a big deal, a big part of this move to Nashville that you're thinking about, because obviously the homes in Williamson County, they cost more, a lot more than those in Davidson. I mean, there's a huge difference in the price, just like there's a huge difference in the income levels of those 2 counties. So it affects the schools. So if you can afford to move to Williamson County, then you bought your way into a good school system. But maybe you have enough money where you can put your kids in private school anyway, and it doesn't really matter. Because that's the thing about Nashville, is like, even in Davidson County, there's some really nice homes. But it doesn't matter if they're not in the right school system. It matters that much. I've lived through it, I've been there, and I've bought my way into the good county. Granted, it involves a lot of commuting. But what peace you have knowing that your kids are in a good school system with a bright future, and where I don't hear sirens going off. And again, now I work next to a fire station. That's probably what that was. So I'm Nick Shell. I have been here for over a decade. I feel like I can help you out with this. Thanks for watching my video.